Good morning, welcome to my channel. My name is Bridget and I am on a weight loss journey. I am out here. It is a beautiful morning. I'm actually just on my 15-minute break from work. I'm just getting my steps in. I'm just getting some movement in, working 7:30 to 5 today. And then I think I'm gonna be going to the gym after work. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling really tired, so part of me just wants to go home and relax. But I definitely also want to get some extra movement in. I'm not going to be doing any kind of workout class today because it is Thursday and there's no class going on tonight that I really want to do. So I usually just go to the gym and do like the treadmill, and then I do some weights. My boyfriend, thankfully, he is going to be at the gym tonight, so I might just like tag in on his workouts as well because he knows what he's doing at the gym. I'm just kind of winging it most of the time, especially if I'm not doing any kind of class. So I'm kind of excited to go to the gym and just see him and work out together. So it's Thursday. I am halfway through my second week of my reset. I'm feeling really good. I am very tired though. I noticed that like working 9-hour shifts, because they recently changed my schedule. I was doing 8-hour days, so I was working like 7:30 to 4. And then they're like, oh, there's this opportunity, do you want to work 4 days a week, 9-hour shifts, and then have the 5th day of the week have like a half day? And I was like, that would be amazing. I didn't take in consideration that they might change my start time. I have been doing like the 7:30 to 5 for the past few weeks, which has been totally great. I loved it. Do the full 9-hour shift, go to the gym later than usual, and then getting my workout in, going home, trying to cook and just get everything organized. Like, I'm up pretty late, and then also I'm taking my pre-workout or having like an energy drink a little bit later than I usually do, which also probably keeps me awake longer than usual. It's harder for me to wind down my evenings, so I end up not sleeping very well. That's been kind of an adjustment, so I'm gonna see how that goes. I also noticed that they kind of changed my schedule, like my start time as well. The next couple weeks that are coming, I'm gonna be starting at 8, so I'll be doing like 8 to 5:30, which I'm not too happy about because most of the workout classes that I've been consistently going to are at 5:45. So if I work 8 to 5:30, there's no way I'm making it to the workout classes. And I've been really consistent in that. I really love the workout classes, and honestly, it's the only thing that's really kept me kind of sane recently. So I am halfway through my week 2 of my official reset of, getting my 3 liters of water in, working out, getting 10,000 steps a day, staying within my calorie deficit, which is slightly over 2,000 calories or under. Ideally, I would like to be under, but if I'm like, 2,100 calories, it's not a big deal. Also trying to get in 130 grams of protein. So far I've been doing really good. I will get more into it a little bit later. I also weighed in this past Sunday, which was my week 1 weigh-in. When I did my reset, I was 277 pounds. I did weigh in this past Sunday and I am down, thankfully. I'll get into that a little bit later when I have more time. I had my breakfast this morning. I had a protein iced coffee because I absolutely did not want to get out of bed this morning. I literally waited until the very last minute to get out of bed, and then I was rushing to get to work, which was not fun because my SUV was also overheating. She is an old girl. She is 20-year-old Chevy Equinox, and she is on her last wheels, literally, and I had to actually pull over because she was overheating. And I didn't want my car to like explode or anything. Not that I think that's what happens when it overheats. I don't know, I could be totally wrong. I know nothing of vehicles. But my stepdad was like, when it hits this point, pull over and stop driving. And it hit that point, so I had to pull over and stop driving. And so I was almost late to work, but I was determined to go and get that espresso from Starbucks so I could make my protein iced coffee, because I was just like absolutely not having it this morning. Did not want to come to work, and I needed that boost. And thankfully it's starting to kick in. So I had the Premier Protein iced coffee. I also had some strawberries and then 2 yogurts, which has kind of been my go-to. So that was breakfast. I will have lunch a little bit later, but I am going to come back out and have a walk during my lunch break just to get some additional steps in, because I want to try and leave work with having at least 5,000 steps on my Fitbit done, because I do sit the entire time during my shift. I have a sit-stand desk because I am susceptible to getting blood clots in my legs. Every about 45 minutes to an hour during my shift, I raise my desk and kind of like move around in the one area that I'm in. But yeah, I use my sit stand desk, which really helps as well. I do enjoy getting out during my morning 15-minute break, my half-hour lunch break, and then my afternoon 15-minute break as well. But I'm gonna head back into work, and then I will check in with you during my lunch break or during my walk at least. So either way, it'll be around that time. Another day, another dollar. So work is officially done. I am so relieved. It felt like it was just taking forever to finish. I'm gonna be heading to the gym, and fingers crossed I can make it there. I hope that my vehicle does not overheat again. I did put some like antifreeze mixed water concoction thing that was in the back seat. I did message my stepdad. He told me to put a lot of that bottle into this part of, you know, the front of my vehicle. I know nothing of vehicles, sorry. I sent him a picture of what it looked like. He said, yes, you need to top it up. So I filled it up. Hopefully that ties me over to at least make it to the gym and then home. And then he said that he is gonna look at the vehicle and just kind of make sure that it is, you know, topped up enough. And I just have to keep an eye on it. And, you know, it's an old vehicle. I'm gonna have to let it go soon, but I'm hoping it'll get me through the summer, at least to and from work. I'm not gonna be taking it on the highway or anything like that, which kind of sucks because there are places that I would like to go, especially when I have a few days off. But it is what it is. I can at least get this vehicle and like have it last me through the summer. I am planning on getting another vehicle sometime in the fall. Fingers crossed this one lasts me until then, but if it doesn't, then I might have to rush and get another vehicle in the meantime. So I am gonna head to the gym. I do have an Alani Nu energy drink that I'm gonna have. This one is the Breeze Berry. This is one of my favorite flavors of her energy drinks, so I'm really gonna enjoy this. I also have a grass-fed beef stick that I got from Costco. I believe these are like 50 calories and there's like 4 grams of protein or something in that, so I'm gonna have this. I also wanted something a little sweet, so I'm gonna have a soft, chewy Kirkland signature granola bar. These are 100 calories, so I'm gonna have this as well, just to give me like a little bit of a treat, a little bit of a boost on my way to the gym. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have for dinner later, but I'll show you that when that happens. I did have lunch though. I had my Kirkland quinoa salad. I did add some chickpeas to give it some extra protein, and then I did the feta cheese on top of it as well, because I cannot have a salad without cheese. Sorry if the salad doesn't have cheese on it, I'm not eating it. I do not care. I had that salad, I had some watermelon. It was so delicious. It was very refreshing after my 20-minute walk that I did during my lunch break. So I got a lot of good steps in so far today. So it is 5:30 right now. I'm currently sitting at 7,312 steps. I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm going to do the treadmill, and then I will lift some weights. I'm really happy that my boyfriend's gonna be there doing his workout as well. He was actually off today. He had to work until like 6 in the morning. So he slept majority of the morning into the early afternoon. And then he texted me asking if I was gonna go to the gym after work. And thankfully he said that he was gonna wait for me. He was gonna go when I was finished work so that we could kind of work out together. So he usually does the stairs for an hour. I do the treadmill. I don't do it for an hour because I get bored and I just wanna get off. So I will probably do it for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I'll see how I feel. As long as I hit 10,000 steps each day, I am more than happy. If I hit 30 minutes and I wanna keep going, I'll hit 40 minutes, great. If not, once I hit 30 minutes, I'm giving myself permission to get off if I want to. And then we're going to do some machine weights. He might do some free weights. I'm not sure what his workout plan is today. He follows his own stuff and then I usually just tag along with him. So I will let you know how that goes once I'm out, but I'm gonna head to the gym now. I'm sweating like crazy. It's like 30 degrees. I'm wearing sweatpants. I have to get some more workout pants because these pants I've actually been wearing since I was at my heaviest of 342 pounds and they're falling off me. I use like this little tie thing, like the string to tie them tighter, and they're still way too loose on me. And it's crazy because when I was 342 pounds and like in the 300s and all that, going to the gym and trying to lose weight at the beginning there, these sweatpants were so tight on me. Like I felt so gross because they were tight on my calves, they were tight on my thighs. I felt like if I were to bend down, like they were gonna rip in half. So it's a really nice surprise to see like how loose they are, but now they've come to the point where they're so loose that I'm gonna have to get a new pair and just kind of size down. So I'm gonna probably do that within the next few weeks. I do have my leggings that are, you know, the tighter fitted leggings, like my blue and black ones that I can still wear. So I'll definitely continue to wear those. I'm just wearing these sweatpants because honestly they've become my period pants. I'm wearing them to the gym actually today because tomorrow's laundry day and I wore all of my tighter leggings to the gym already, so cannot wear those because they are pretty gross. So I am wearing the sweatpants. I typically just wear them at home nowadays. I'm gonna keep wearing these at home. They're just gonna become my like permanent period pants, and then I will get some more workout pants within the coming weeks, primarily just like stick to the leggings and stuff like that. So that is the plan for the rest of the day. I will check in after my workout and show you what I'm having for dinner. My workout is done. I made it to the gym safely without having to pull over because my car overheated. Thankfully, it did not on my way to the gym. It stayed at half. It did get like 3/4 of the way, and then I did like pump the air and the hot air was blowing on me, so I had like all my windows down and everything, but it then like brought the thermostat or whatever back down. That definitely helped, and also topping up the antifreeze and water mix helped as well. So at the gym I did 40 minutes on the treadmill, and then I did about 25 minutes of weight machines. I was gonna do a little bit more, but it got so busy that people were literally waiting for every single machine. And I was like, you know what? I did 40 minutes on the treadmill. I did 25 minutes of weights. I've been doing really good this week. I worked out every day so far. I was like, I'm just gonna go home. Like, I'm tired. It's already after 8 o'clock. I'm heading out. Ended up leaving the gym a few moments ago on my way home, which is literally like a 10-minute drive. And my car started overheating. Like, it hit red so fast. So I was at the gym for like a little over an hour. And when I hit the gym, I was probably about like halfway with the thermostat. When I came back out from the gym, which I was in there for about an hour, it was at 1/4. And I'm like, I was in the gym for over an hour. Like, why is my thermostat already showing that I'm at 1/4? Like, that's nuts. But anyway, I ended up trying to drive home, and I had to pull in to the Timmy's parking lot on my way home because my car completely overheated. It was on red. My thermostat thing was all the way to red. Like, the red bright thing that was like, you're overheating, came on. I pulled over into the parking lot. Thankfully, like, the red light changed and the first parking lot was the Timmy's. So I came in here. The other option was like a building, but it had like permit parking, and I didn't want to pull in there in case I was here for a while. So I came into the Timmy's, and that kind of worked out for me because I was planning on getting something to eat on my way home. Ended up getting just a sandwich. So I got the cheddar ham sandwich. I did transfer out like the ranch dressing for mayo. I don't know what it is. Like, I enjoy ranch to a certain point, but I don't like it on sandwiches. I only like mayo and mustard and stuff like that. So I asked for no ranch dressing and got mayo instead. So I'm gonna have this. I'm going to sit and hope that my car cools down. Let me see where it's at right now. So it is just below half now. So I'm gonna wait until it gets all the way down to, you know, the bottom of the meter there, and then I'm gonna head home. I am at the halfway point to my house, so I should be able to make it home before it gets back to red. And then hopefully tomorrow, after I don't drive my SUV for like 12 hours, hopefully it's gonna work better for me tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday and it is my 4-hour shift, so I'm excited for that. So I'm gonna have to go to work and then go to a nail appointment, and the distance from my house to my work is about like a 40-minute drive depending on traffic, and then the distance from my work to my nail appointment is probably about 45 minutes or so. So not that much of a difference, but still like further out. I'm hopeful that my vehicle will last and get me, you know, to where I need to be. If I, you know, have to pull over every now and then so be it. Whatever it is, what it is. So I'm currently in the Tim Hortons parking lot. I'm gonna eat my sandwich, let my vehicle cool down, and then I'm gonna head home. And once I'm home, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna clean up, and then I will go over my overall numbers for today, and then also kind of review my weigh-in from Sunday. I just woke up. I had completely fallen asleep there for a little bit. It is about 11:30 at night. So going over my numbers for today, I did 40 minutes on the treadmill. I also did 25 minutes worth of weights. So for my steps, I did 12,977 steps. And then for my food, I ate 1,924 calories. That consisted of 138 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs and 54 grams of fat. And then in regards to my water, I did finish all of my bottles of water. I have my big 1 liter here. I also have my purple jug that I use for my BCAAs while I'm at the gym. I did get in over 3 liters of water, so I hit that goal as well. Everything went really well today. I got my water in, got my steps in, did a great workout, ate under 2,000 calories, and I got 138 grams of protein. So I also hit my goal of 130 grams of protein, which is absolutely fantastic. In regards to my weigh-in, I started my reset last week. I weighed in at 277 pounds. And then last Sunday, so about 4 days ago now, I actually weighed in at 200 and I think it was 75.1 pounds. So that is a loss of 1.9 pounds for my first week of my reset. So being back on track and, you know, making the small changes again. So that is a great loss. I'm very happy about that. I definitely put in the work majority of the days. And I say majority of the days because not every day was a great day. I'm gonna be honest with you. Monday and Tuesday was great. I also did like some little videos on that. Those days were fine. I got my food in. I was under or just around 2,000 calories. I also got my steps in. I got a workout in and I got my water in. So that was great. Now I hit the trouble on Wednesday. Wednesday I worked at my part-time job and the shiznit really hit the fan that day. It was pretty intense and everything that could have went wrong ended up going wrong, and it was just absolutely nuts. I ended up leaving work and I ended up having emotional eat because I was just so exhausted. I was so frustrated from the day and I just didn't want to go home and cook anything. I straight up was like, I'm not going home to cook anything. I'm so exhausted, I'm so irritated, and the only thing that's gonna make me feel better is to get pizza on the way home. Was that the best choice? Absolutely not. I should have came home and made something, or maybe even just picked up something a little bit healthier on the way home. But either way, the decision was made. I ended up getting pizza, and I got Domino's specifically because where I park my car is literally right next to where the Domino's is, because where I work, we're under a condo building, so there's no parking for us, which really sucks. So we have to park at the plaza that's right beside our work. And that plaza and that parking lot is the Domino's pizza. So super convenient, but absolutely horrendous for someone who struggles with binge eating, and Domino's pizza has been one of my go-to binge foods and places of choice. Maybe I just need to find a new place to park. I don't know. I also need to become stronger and get more willpower and all that, but again, I'm working on it. So it was an absolutely crazy day at work, and when I left, I was like, I'm getting pizza. I don't give an F, blah, blah, blah. Now, that being said, I take full responsibility. It was an emotional eat, a small binge, and I say a small binge because my binges are usually like 4,000 calories. This one was over, it was definitely over the 2,000 calories, but I think it was under 3,000 calories. I did not let myself get my typical pizza order. Here's a little bit of a confession that is embarrassing, but it's the truth, and I want to be very transparent with my struggles and everything on here because I'm sure there are other people, a lot of people out there that struggle the way I do, struggle with binge eating. You know what I'm talking about. And the point is that I'm trying to do better, so that's the main aspect, right? Typically, what I would get at Domino's if I were to binge, I would get a medium pizza with extra pepperoni. I would get 2 garlic dipping sauces. And then I would also get either a side of like the cinnamon bites with the icing sugar, or I would get a side of the garlic cheese bread with marinara sauce. And I would eat all of that to myself. That would be a typical Domino's pizza order for me when I would binge. And I would come home and I would eat it by myself, either like watching Netflix or watching YouTube or whatever, just to zone out, to numb my feelings, to not deal with my issues. I would binge on all that food. And I'm putting myself on blast here because that's the reality of someone like me who struggles with binge eating. I thankfully did not get that same order. I knew that I was not making the best choice, but I at least stopped myself and was like, you know what, if we're giving in to this emotional eat, we're at least not going to give in all the way. I've never ordered a thin crust pizza in my life, honestly. So I ordered thin crust pizza. It did only come in like medium and large and all that, so I got the smallest that was offered, which was medium. I only got the regular pepperoni added, and then I loaded it with vegetables. I got spinach added, I got onions added, I got green peppers added. Was it still the best choice? No, absolutely not. But that being said, I can't go from binging every day for the entire month of June and like some of May to not struggling with temptation or my emotional, aspects of my binge eating and all that. So Monday and Tuesday was great. Wednesday was a complete disaster, but also not a whole disaster because I switched up my typical Domino's order. So I am proud of myself for that. So to some people, that's not going to be a thing. It's still like, wow, that's a lot of food. And it is like a medium pizza, even if it's thin crust, is enough for more than one person. But when you struggle with food, especially binge eating, it doesn't always go the way that you want it to go. Wednesday, I did not beat myself up over it. And that's another thing. Usually if I would binge or have an emotional eat, I would beat myself up for it for like days and weeks and still continue that binge and carry it on throughout the rest of the week. But I woke up Thursday and I just got right back on track. So Thursday and Friday were great. Food-wise, I stayed on point. Steps, water, I got exercise in, which was great as well. So Thursday and Friday went right back on track. Friday night I got my period, so it was Shark Week and it sucked. Saturday I pretty well stayed on track except for dinner. I took my mom out for dinner. My boyfriend and his mom joined us as well, and we went to a restaurant and I ended up eating all the carbs. I don't regret it. I enjoyed every moment of it. It was definitely an overeat, but it wasn't a binge or anything like that. I just was feeling so carby. My cramps are going crazy, and when I am on my period, I really just want all the carbs. Like, give me all the bread, give me all the cheese, give me like all the butter. Sunday was definitely an overindulgent as well. I had a date night with my boyfriend. This past week we did go to the movies and had dinner, and I have no regrets. I loved every moment of it. I love the time that we get to spend together. I love that we can go out and enjoy a meal together as well. Definitely another overeat, but I enjoyed it. I have no regrets. It wasn't driven by any kind of emotions. It wasn't a binge or anything like that. It was just overindulgence during a date, which I'm fine with. It's fine. I was great. I was happy. Overall, my first week back on a reset was really great. Again, it wasn't perfect. Wasn't even, 70% great, but it was way better than what I've been doing in the past month. So I will take it. And that loss of 1.9 pounds was really great, especially considering I was on my period and I was so bloated and gross and just like not feeling it at all. I didn't even want to get on the scale, honestly, but I was like, the number is not going to dictate how I feel. I'm back on track. I am feeling better. I'm getting my water in, I'm focusing on my movement, I'm doing all that. So the number on the scale is just a number. It's just a tool, right? Like, I'm in this for the long haul. My weight is going to fluctuate up and down, whether I'm on my period or I'm not on my period, whether I overindulge a few days, whether I don't, whether I'm, completely in my calorie deficit and doing everything perfectly. The scale might go down, it might not, it might stay the same sometimes. I'm just kind of getting to the point, thankfully, where I'm not letting the number on the scale range my mood or dictate like how I'm feeling about the progress I'm making or anything like that. I'm really just focusing on fixing my relationship with food and then also getting movement in and just trying to be as healthy as I possibly can physically and emotionally and all that. Just weighing in once a week, and if I get to the point where weighing in once a week is not working for me, then I'll change it to every 2 weeks or once a month or whatever. My main goal is to, yes, of course, lose weight, but I want to focus on the healthier habits, like getting 10,000 steps in a day, going to the gym, getting outside for more movement, and eating within a calorie deficit, getting my walks in, stuff like that. Like, just the small changes is what really matters to me and what is overall going to help me be successful in this journey. So a great first week back of my reset. Sorry this turned into a long one. If you are on a weight loss journey, if you're on a health journey, anything like that, keep going, take it one day at a time. Just be kinder on yourself. We are all in this together, and just believe in yourself, because I believe in you. Thanks. Have a good night.